Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be putting the Marc Jacobs Lash Primer to the test. And I'm actually wearing my Dior 3D Lash Maximizer on my left eye and then the Marc Jacobs on my right side. And you guys know that I'm the biggest Dior primer fan there is. If you don't know, now you know. I really love this primer. You guys know that. You know that I love that it gives me length, volume, and curl. This guy, so far, I feel like it's giving me length, but it's giving me really thin, spidery lashes. And I want to see just how it wears. I did think that my lower lash lines was going to look a little bit fuller just from the application, but after I applied my mascara, it did not. So I'm gonna wait and see if maybe tomorrow I have a better application, but I do want to make this a two-part review because I really want to be fair. And it is more of a, I thought it was gonna be like a thick formula because just looking at what it looks like on the brush, it looks like it would be thick, but when it goes on your lashes, it just, I don't know if it thins out, I'm not sure. I did use my NARS Climax mascara. This is a mascara that you guys know I really enjoyed and I like, and I've worn enough to know how it wears throughout the day, especially with my Dior primer, because I use this every day. I use this primer every day and I always use it with any mascara. The only one that I have not worn it with is the Pat McGrath mascara because you don't need it. But I am going to, this is just a side note, I am going to mix them both and see just how they play. So far, my preference is still Dior, but who knows, we'll see. And we'll see if maybe after a day and it being open, if the formula gets just maybe a little drier and thicker, but I don't know. So if you guys want to see how this wears, then let's go. Alright guys, so on my left eye, I use my 3D Lash Maximizer by Dior, which you guys know is my ride or die. And I have to say that I'm liking the Dior side much better than the Marc Jacobs side, but I'll wear it some more and give you guys an update on it. I just feel like this side looks so much thinner in comparison to this side, and my bottom lashes, I felt like this product took much better, but truth be told, I really like the Dior side way better. I just feel like this side looks really like spidery, thin. Even if I take mascara, because I've tried to layer it, that's why I have more smudging and it's driving me nuts, but I know I just have to wait for it to dry. Even taking more mascara, it just makes them look more spidery and not thick at all, whereas the Dior side I feel like gives them length and volume and they look just thicker. But it could also be that this is a new tube of mascara, but I wanted to use a mascara that I've been using and that I really trust and like. But again, the Dior side is looking thicker and longer, and this one looks just not as well. So the other thing I want to do is wait for this to kind of dry a little bit, because I feel like the formula is a little watery. I mean, applying it, I'm like, oh yes, this is going to be really good. But I do want to wear it at least one other time before I make my final decision. Just because, again, applying it, I felt like my lashes looked really good. Like it was going to give me thicker looking lashes. Because, again, I have long lashes. They're just really thin. So we're going to wear it today. And I'll give you guys my first impression review, just because I want to see if there's any smudging or transferring. It is raining today, so I think it would be a good opportunity for me to put this puppy to test. And then tomorrow I'll wear it again, and then hopefully we'll have a final impression for you. But right now I'm just kind of like, it's all right. And this one I'm like, yes, give it to me. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll do maybe a check-in after a few hours just to give you guys some overall impressions. But so far, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. But who knows? It may blow me out the water. We'll see. If you guys want to see what this is going to look like or what my thoughts are on it, then let's go. Alright guys, I'm back. And this is it. This is going to be the final attempt for the Marc Jacobs primer. And I will tell you guys that I wore it yesterday. And every time I looked at it, I thought, there's nothing like my Dior primer. So today this will be the only primer that I'm going to wear, because in terms of how it compares to the Dior, I'm preferring my Dior Lash primer. It doesn't look bad in terms of giving me length. As you guys can see, that's why I brought you guys in so close. And I do like how it coats my lower lashes, but that's not reason to keep it. So to tell you guys, I really think that I may return this, because there's no point in me keeping a primer that is just mediocre when my Dior primer is really, there's nothing like it. So I did 2 coats. I'm gonna do another 2 coats here. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit and then build it up. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I do that sometimes with my Dior. What I do like about this is the color, because I am that person that always gets mascara and lash primer on my lid. And I like that it's a nude versus a white, because the white, once it dries, you can still see the white patch on my lid. And I want to see just how we can build this up, what that looks like, because you can build up the Dior one. You can get super long, thick lashes. And what I'm seeing with this one is that it's really not building. I'm just going to try and take it at the ends of the lashes and see if I can get that too. So I got the lower lash to build a little bit more. The top lashes, you guys can see, it's not longer, but it is thicker, just comparing it to this one. So we're going to pop this up on this eye again and build it up. I just realized I have lotion on my ear. Alright guys, again, it's not bad. It looks a little bit thicker. I see that it's definitely, it's just a little bit longer. I can live with that. Maybe the trick to this is letting it dry a little bit and then building it up. Alright. We're going to let this dry a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with my mascara, all of which will be fast. And you guys really won't like have to deal with seeing the slow process. I just woke up, by the way, and I realized I'm breaking out a little bit. We've given it a little bit of time. This is so weird to be this close, but you do what you gotta do, right? I'm actually going to film a tutorial today, but I wanted to do this part first. I like it. There's a trick to it, guys, and that trick is that you have to let it dry to build it up. You have to wait, and it dries pretty quickly. You don't have to wait like minutes on end, but it's not like the Dior mascara where you have to, where you can just apply it and layer it as it's going. Like, you have to wait a few seconds before you go in with your other coat. So you could do one eye and then move on to the other eye and then come back to the original eye. Because the results for today are definitely much better than yesterday's. Yesterday my lashes looked really stringy on the, on the eye that had the Dior, it looked, you know, the eye that had the Dior mascara looked much fuller and nicer than this guy. This looked, I'm only doing this because I have this one lash that always comes out all the way out to the side. There it is. And it didn't have any black mascara. The Marc Jacobs side yesterday looked really stringy. It looked unimpressive. I just was not impressed. And then I saw that the Marc Jacobs side had a smudge on one side. Because again, we were out yesterday, it was raining, and maybe like an hour and a half later, I saw that the Dior side had it also. So it does, I guess Dior holds up a little bit better, but both are equally good, I would say. Both primers are good. I am going to keep the Marc Jacobs one after this. I'm enjoying it. I don't mind waiting a few seconds to build it up. The other thing is I would not repurchase it, and the reason for that is because my Dior primer makes my lashes curl. This one does not. I have somewhat of a lift, but this eye is kind of coming down a little bit, and maybe you guys don't notice it, but those are things that I notice because that's what makes me love my Dior primer. Again, I do like this, and I do think it's worth trying if you haven't tried a primer, or if you're looking for something that isn't white. I know some people have an issue with primers being white. Personally, it doesn't bother me, but I did like that this one was a new tone versus a white, because I can see my smudge, but it's not as obvious as when it's white, so I really don't need to clean it up, but I am. And I'm a fan of the Marc Jacobs mascara because of the brush, and I am a fan of this because of the brush. It's the same exact brush. I like the packaging. I like that it's white, as a primer should be, right? So you don't mix it up. I think it's really nice and sleek. In terms of the cost, there is a significant price difference. The Dior is $29.50 and the Marc Jacobs one is $26. So there is a significant price difference. So if you're wanting to try a lash primer but not wanting to commit to almost $30, then I would say definitely try out the Marc Jacobs one. It is lovely. I have no complaints. I know I have mascara on my lid. I'm waiting for that to dry so I can, again, you just have to keep in mind that you're going to have to build it up and just be patient with it. if you like a dramatic lash the way I do. If you like just a regular lash and you just want something to protect your lashes and condition them while you use makeup, then you'll definitely appreciate the Marc Jacobs lash primer. Now, I'm just going to put it out there, guys. I definitely approve and recommend this. I think it is a great primer. You definitely can build it up to get length and volume. I know I look crazy and I look tired. Sorry. I am going to give this a yes. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Please be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below letting me know if you've tried either of these primers and what your impressions are. And like this video, like, subscribe, and comment. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.